I've just watched Seaspiracy and it's hands down one of the most powerful documentaries that I've seen so far. It's brand new on Netflix and it certainly is a must watch for everyone interested in sustainability and the ethics of animal consumption. So in this video, I'll give you an in-depth overview of the documentary. If you've already seen the documentary, I've touched base on 2-3 things that you probably have not seen before. And if you've not seen the documentary just now, I'll probably give you 2-3 spoilers, but trust me, they're glorious. So are you ready? Let's just dive right into it. Seaspiracy is produced by Kip Andersen. Kip who, you might ask? That's a very good question. It's the same genius that produced Cowspiracy and What the Health, the two classic vegan documentaries. And Seaspiracy is indeed very similar to Cowspiracy, not just because of the name, but because they're both explained in a story fashion. Ali, a filmmaker, sets out to document the harm humans do to marine species. Yet he uncovers alarming global corruption beyond belief. Seaspiracy starts super slowly. Documentary is almost a little bit confusing in the beginning, but about 30 minutes in, you finally start to know what it's all about. So in total, there are 3 new and intriguing points Seaspiracy presents. Number 1, and this was quite shocking for me as well, is that plastic is not the issue. See, every child knows that there's plenty of plastic in our oceans. There are 150 million tons of plastic swimming around in our oceans at this minute. And there's no end in sight. An additional garbage truck of plastic is dumped into this liquid garbage bin every single minute. Yet here's the kicker. The plastic garbage bin is not what it seems. If you think it's plastic bottles swimming around, you're dead wrong. In fact, 46% of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, this is essentially a huge plastic dump in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, comes from fishing nets.
Now, it's entirely right to say that we must use far less plastic. But even if not a single gram of plastic entered the oceans from today onwards, we would still be ripping those ecosystems apart because the biggest issue by far is commercial fishing.
Can you believe that? So the second point, plastic in the conventional way is not the issue. The consumption of seafood is. Look, we kill 2.7 trillion of fish every year. And as it turns out, that the sheer mass of it, that's a few trillion too much. And that is such a huge problem because the ocean is the biggest carbon sink on the planet. In fact, the plants in the ocean store up to 20 times more CO2 than the rainforest. So if the ocean is so important to prevent global warming by, capturing carbon, there sure are plenty of protection measurements in place. Am I right? No, they're not. Oceans are not protected at all. And as a conclusion of that, we expect the oceans to be virtually, not completely, empty until 2048. That's 30 years from now.
This has led to global fish populations in some cases plummeting to near extinction. But perhaps one of the most shocking facts of all came from one of the world's leading fisheries experts, estimating that if current fishing trends continue, we will see virtually empty oceans by the year 2048.
So why are we not doing something about it? It's a classic problem of out of sight, out of mind. There's a reason we dump plastic in the middle of the ocean and not in our living room or in the middle of our towns. Because we do have the faulty thinking that if we don't see it, it doesn't exist. I think Seaspiracy's main goal, as in most documentaries including Cowspiracy and What the Health, is to raise awareness. Raise awareness for 3 things. Number 1, the global warming aspect of fishing, which is just out of this mind. Number 2, the mistreatment of humans in the process. People in Thailand work in inhumane conditions to produce such cheap fish. And number 3, the mistreatment and of course the killing of fish. Which we objectively know, most of us objectively know that fish do feel pain, yet we still rationalize it, seeing fish as a completely different being as our own, which is not true.
Those who say, it doesn't matter what you do to a fish because they can't feel anything, or that their consciousness, they can't relate to pain, or they can't sense danger in the future. Well, they haven't really observed fish.
Conclusion. Seaspiracy is the best documentary that I've certainly seen this year. It is a documentary that will open your eyes. I want to say thanks to Kip, if he's watching this video, for producing again such a masterpiece. So if you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this regarding veganism, fitness and personal growth, you should certainly subscribe to this channel. So see you next time.